Long ago in Japan, there was a place where the sun peeked over mountains and touched the sea with golden light. It was a quiet city named Hiroshima, a city with a gentle river flowing through it like a ribbon. There was a small town tucked away in the hills, just a tiny workshop with wooden walls and a thatched roof. It was a simple place, yet inside it held a big dream, a dream so big it could have made the mountains move. This was the birthplace of Mazda. A tale of how one little workshop turned into a giant company that made cars that dance on the roads. Inside this little workshop, men and women with hammers and saws worked hard. Their hands were strong and sure, and their eyes sparkled with ideas. They weren't just making any ordinary things. They were creating magic. They dreamed of building moving machines, special boxes on wheels that could carry people and their wishes to any corner of the land. They wanted to make dreams come true and adventure easy. These dreamers had a goal to build a funny little three-wheeled truck. They named it Mazda Go. It wasn't a grand idea at first, just a small start, but it was the first step in a very long adventure. When it was finished, people came from far away to see this amazing truck. They watched as it carried goods through the streets, looking like a little beetle with its three wheels and a smile. And with each turn and click, the name Mazda began to sparkle like a star in the sky. It was the year 1920 when ordinary people got extraordinary wheels, and the dream of owning a car became less of a fantasy and more of a reality. Then suddenly, like a dark cloud over the bright sun, a terrible bomb fell on Hiroshima. Everything changed in a moment. The peaceful city was broken, and the little workshop wasn't spared either. Its walls were wounded, and the machines inside seemed to have lost their song. For a while it seemed like the dream was gone. People wondered if it would ever shine again, but you know what? Dreams aren't things you can crush. They're like seeds that stay alive even when the ground seems hard and dry. In the years that followed, the people of Hiroshima worked hard to mend their city, and in the heart of it all, a few brave souls in a small workshop began to rebuild the dream. It was like a phoenix that rises from ashes. The tired hands took up tools once more, and the eyes that had seen sadness now sparkled with hope. Year by year, the dream grew stronger. The small workshop expanded, becoming bigger and grander. Yet it never forgot the quiet strength of its beginnings. In 1946, the dream took shape. It was a tiny car, the little R360, no bigger than a child's toy. But oh, how it moved! Like a little firefly dancing in the night, it became a symbol of hope. People cheered as they saw it zip through the streets. Suddenly, Mazda wasn't just a dream. It was a friend. A friend who helped them forget the hard times and look forward again. Everyone talked about the little R360, so the dream grew wings and flew higher. In the late 1960s, Mazda discovered a magical heart. No, it wasn't an ordinary heart that beats inside a chest. It was a rotary engine, a spinning heart that twirled around like a dancer. This engine was unlike any other. It danced smoothly, almost silently. People couldn't believe their ears. A car without loud noises, it seemed impossible. But Mazda made the impossible possible. With this new heart, Mazda created many wonderful cars. In 1971, it built the Cosmo Sport. Imagine a car as beautiful as the night sky, zooming through the streets with a soft purr. It looked like a spaceship from the future. Some said it was too fancy and others said it was a dream come true, but everyone agreed it was a sight to behold. And then came the RX-7 in 1978. People fell in love with its sharp angles and sporty look. It was like a wild horse ready to run. It became famous around the world. People called it the best Japanese sports car. And guess what? That little rotary engine became its soul, making it faster and more fun to drive. Drivers couldn't stop smiling when they took it for a spin. It was a legend on the road. But the story doesn't end there. While Mazda was making these fancy cars, it also had a surprise up its sleeve. In 1989, it introduced a small hero, the MX-5 Miata. Now, this car wasn't like the others. It wasn't big or scary. It was small and light like a feather. It was designed to be simple and fun, like a playful kitten. But don't be fooled by its size. This little car had a big heart. It handled corners better than a dancer, and it went up hills without breaking a sweat. Plus, it looked like a cool cartoon character. People couldn't resist its charm. More than 1 million of these little cars were sold worldwide. Some called it the best roadster ever. Others said it was the most fun they'd had on four wheels. And you know what? The MX-5 Miata made driving feel like happiness itself. However, the road wasn't always smooth for Mazda. There were storms and struggles and hard times that tested its strength. But you know what? This little car company didn't give up. It held on to its dream and kept going. In the early 2000s, Mazda decided to learn some new tricks. It created something called Active. Think of it as a secret sauce that made its cars more fuel efficient and peppier than ever before. It was like teaching an old dog new tricks. And let's not forget the looks. Mazda dressed up its cars in the elegant Kodo design, which means soul of motion. These cars looked like they were ready to pounce. Then came another big change in 2015. The world was changing, and so was Mazda. It needed to find a new way to keep moving forward. So it started working on something really special, the MX-30. This was its first electric car, a step into the world of eco-friendly driving. But you know what? Even as it looked toward the future, Mazda didn't forget its roots. It still had a trick up its sleeve, that old rotary engine. You might think it's like teaching an old dog new tricks. Well, in 2022, Mazda gave this engine a new life. It used it as a helper on long journeys, giving electric cars a boost when they needed it. It's like having a friend who's always ready to lend a hand, or should I say, an engine. And here we are today. It's the year 2025, and Mazda is still here telling its story. From a tiny workshop in Hiroshima to roads across the world. Over the years, this little car company has grown bigger than anyone could have imagined. It has made more than 40 million cars and has friends all over the globe. But you know what? Through all the changes and adventures, Mazda has never forgotten its dream to bring joy and freedom through motion. Each car it makes carries a piece of that original dream, reminding us that the road ahead is always an adventure waiting to happen. So the next time you see a Mazda dancing on the road, remember the little workshop in Hiroshima and the tiny three-wheeled truck that started it all. Remember the journey, the struggles and the dreams that built this amazing story. And most importantly, remember that every car is more than just metal and glass. It's a story on wheels. Thank you for watching our videos. Do subscribe for more such wonderful stories. Until next time, keep dreaming big and keep moving forward. After all, the road is calling and adventure is waiting.